Hello to all my friends out there. So today I'm working around the house and I have to make myself a little bit of food for the diet, and I hope everyone is doing okay. I had the nicest compliment yesterday from a reluctant recluse, and she said, I feel like we're friends, and I thought that was the nicest compliment ever. And I thought to myself, well, if we were friends, I would be discussing what's really going on, what's really happening, and like friends. So I made 4 cups of tea, and I buy this tea at Dollar Tree. 100 bags for $1, and 2 bags will make 4 cups of tea. So you may remember me mentioning that I turned 65 and they took my Medicare. I wasn't even calling it the right thing, Part B out, and I wasn't complaining about that, because if the other night when I was sick I hadn't had Medicare Part B taken out, they take it out immediately. I didn't know. I don't want to know what would happen if you went into one of those hospitals without any insurance. I was lucky because I retired at 62, and the older you are, the harder it is to adjust. So what I do is when something happens, I adjust right away. So I'm making myself some soup for my diet. I made pea soup, I made corn soup, and I think this is going to be good. Today I bought mixed vegetables at 99 cents only, these big cans. And these are really good. You know what you can use mixed vegetables for? You can put them in macaroni salad or pasta salad. But, I'm cutting down on carbs for a little while. Not indefinitely, because I don't think it's a good idea. So what I'm making is I'm making some white sauce. I had about maybe about a tablespoon and a half of margarine, and I sprinkle a little flour, and now I just want to cook my raw taste out of my flour. So in here I will be writing these recipes in my notebook, because I couldn't find this for the longest time. So I'm using the pea soup recipe. And it would be the 15-ounce size can, so I use half a can. I put some dry onions. Now I want to put 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. And you might be thinking, well, why should we put sugar? Well, in beans, like if you make navy beans, salt, pepper, and sugar, or stir fry, salt, pepper, and sugar is going to give you a lot more satisfying. You don't have to add the sugar, I'm sure. And instead of salt, I have this garlic pepper seasoning that does, I like salt, pepper, and sugar. So what I'm doing is I'm making a little bit of an adjustment right now to this $125 that is missing. And truthfully, by using my methods of adjustment, I'm probably not even going to notice that the money is gone, and I'm going to tell you guys how I do it. There's a lot of people who do this kind of stuff, but they do it on the QT because they're embarrassed. But of all the embarrassing things that could happen, this is not way up there. So I have 2 kinds of credit cards. I have the kind of credit card where you can pull the cash off. And so what I did is I put my grocery money on that card. And I'm buying a few groceries, but I really don't need that many because of my stockpile. So now what I want to do is I want to grind this in the blender. because I think it tastes better. You know, I'm experimenting around. Now, why this is good is you might get vegetables at the food bank. And, you know, I'm sure people are sitting around starving when they could actually, you know, be making some stuff to, you know, some pretty good food out of their vegetables. And so this is very disturbing to me because it was mentioned that poor people run out of fruit, vegetables, and bread. So I will be going to the food bank because I was offered this benefit in lieu of my $125, and truthfully, it's probably going to exceed the money that they took out. Because the first question the woman asked me is, do you have food? And I thought, oh my gosh, you know. So your stockpile is really going to help you, so I could think straight. Okay, so you have a credit card that you can pull the cash off. Even if you don't have any credit, it can still be done, and we'll get into that. I'm sure the credit cards hate me for this, but you have a grace period. This allows you to make your credit card payment with your grocery money. You're going to have to buy groceries to some extent anyway. So you would have this money on your card, which satisfies the card, but then say if you would pull $100 off and you could pay 2 small cards, which would satisfy them. Is this desirable? But no, but if you need to stabilize, you want to, you know, do whatever you can do to get by. The other kind of credit card is the kind where you get so many % back. So at this time, what I want to do is I want to use that card as much as I can, and hopefully I will generate some cash back. I went to Walmart and I bought these fish sticks, and I was charged twice, but they put it back. But anyway, this is 44 fish sticks. Normally I would eat this with macaroni and cheese, but at this time, you know, I have to reduce my carbs. So one serving size would be 7 sticks, and there's 6 serving sizes. So for me, that would be at least 1 meal a day, and it was cheap as could be. Let's see, Walmart fish sticks. See, you can see I was charged twice. $2.99. So that'd be about 60 cents. But I want to show you what I did to make sure nothing happens to my fish sticks. I double bagged them. They don't come in a bag in in the box. It's better to remove them so nothing happens. So, okay, so let's get a little bit more milk. In any kind of soup making, you're better off if you're not in a big fat hurry. And if you're new to this, it can be done, and it's going to make a lot of soup. And the soup has really, really saved me from cheating, because what I've been doing is I've been eating croutons on my soup. So I'm not totally breadless, and on this diet, it's bran, cereal, and milk. It works because you don't have to limit dairy. It's as much as you want, and I could be eating big bowls of cereal. But I found the big bowls of soup are you know, working good too. So, okay, so if you can buy everything you need to buy with your card that gives you the cash back, and hopefully you're going to generate some cash back. Okay, I had 2 of these milks, and so they measured to be just about 1/3 cup of powdered milk. And the powdered milk is going to save you from running out of milk. So, you know, I need a Diet Coke, so I got the caffeine free, and it was a few cents cheaper. It was, let's see, it was something like 74 cents. So actually 25% cheaper. You want to think about that. And then I bought some corn for 50 cents, and I bought some peas because that's going to allow me to make some nice big pots of soup. And then I bought 2 cans of evaporated milk. And you'll notice I'm being incredibly cheap because I want to stabilize. And then I learned this on the channel, Homestead Tessie Mobile Home Living. She uses these. So they were dirt cheap at Walmart. I bought 5. Turkey for reheating meat, or you can make gravy and put it on top of potatoes. And let's see, so you know, you're just going, wow, you know, what can I do? Well, you got to be thinking. 40 cents for the packages of turkey gravy. You could also make reheat your chicken and make that on toast if you weren't on a diet. And the brown gravy is really good because you could mix it up and you could put it on your meatloaf with some potatoes. I'm not shunning potatoes. I'm laying off of the rice, potatoes, or sweet potatoes. So I'm just making myself, this soup looks good already, you guys. Okay, so now, you know, I'm using my card that gives me the cash back as much as I can without increasing the payment, because at a time like this you don't want to. And then I bought 2 cans of sweet potatoes. 99 cents only, has them for $1, but these are really good and they're really cheap. And then I bought 2 of these soups. These were about 50 cents each. I bought them at Walmart, but those are going to make some nice big pans of soup for me to eat. And I'm not going to be suffering eating this soup because, you know, I have my cheap meat, and we'll go into that when I eat it. So that's what and then I bought the sugar-free Jell-O. If I want to, I'll eat some fruit. And what I do is I make sugar-free Jell-O, and then I put yogurt on top. So this combination of cereal and milk, as much as you want, as much milk as you want, vegetables, you know, like vegetable soup, and meat. But as soon as I lose a little weight, I will go through and I will create balanced meals. And all I will do is just add like a little dinner roll for dinner, a little bread, nothing crazy. So then I went to 99 cents only, and I bought these 2 cans. So you can see what this food I bought is dirt cheap, and it makes a lot. And in case I don't have time, these are really good soups that normally are like $2. And I bought some croutons. I want to shout out some channels. Okay, first of all, it was Reluctant Recluse who said she feels like she's my friend. And I love getting her comments. Well, I love all the comments. And then I thought this was the sweetest thing ever. This was really, really sweet. Carol Wasson said, subscribe to TJ Prepper and show her some love, because if she can get a few more subscribers, she can be monetized. First of all, she's really generous in her posts, TJ Preps, and it's really a good channel. We're not subscribing to her. Well, we are subscribing to her to show her some love because she's super lovable. But I have gotten so many good tips. Jan from New York City, on my Twitter, I posted her Parmesan meatball and her cheesecake. And when I was at 99 cents store, this was one of the incredible things I got. this giant ricotta cheese. And that's good for my, my turkey burger recipe that I have given you all. And I'll be writing these good recipes in my little notebook my son gave me, because he's the most, you know, God gives you what you need. And my child is like the perfect child. He tells me I'm the best mother in the whole world, and I tell him he's the boss, which is kind of true. I don't know about the best mother in the whole world, but, you know, I did try. Now, I want to mention something very important. Okay, yesterday it was mentioned that not everyone has her mask on. And these are children. See his nose? His nose is out. And I was thinking, wow, you know, that is a strange picture. Really strange. And I kept thinking about it. And so this is what I was thinking. I try to put myself in the place of the parents of that photo with those children with their masks down. And I said, I think this is a strong message to the Chinese people is, do you want to mess around? Do you want your children exposed to this virus? And, you know, you may be thinking, well, would the Chinese government do that? Yeah, they would do that. Of course they would do that. And they would do a lot worse things than that, too. Like try to infect us. So we have to be prepared. You know, well, you're mean to even insinuate that. Yeah, that's true. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so now I just want to pour my thin gravy into my soup. And you may be thinking, that doesn't look good at all. Well, I'm going to taste it here. And I'm going to tell you if it doesn't. Now, the pea soup I made with this recipe was really good. So what you want to do is you want to try to stabilize yourself if something happens. Well, let me taste this. It needs to cook for a couple minutes, but I will taste a tiny bit to tell you. Here's the ladle I bought. Also, I was trying to watch the videos, the chefing, and there is actually a technique to make sure your ladle doesn't drip. I don't think I quite have that down. I find the law of attraction much easier to pick up than the chefing. And so you could have toast. You could have a sandwich. Now, I prefer a sandwich. This is like what I eat on my diet for snacks. And I eat this in the middle of the night, too. And I don't really restrict the croutons. It could be toast. It could be any kind of... I don't think I would want to really totally restrict carbs. I think that's ketosis or starvation. You guys, this is good. I will be going to the food bank, and what I will be doing is I will be trying to pursue canned food. First of all, you're not going to get contaminated food if the food is canned. Another thing, one of the channels that I subscribe to is Sit Off the Grid, and they were mentioning that the food canned in glass is pretty much good indefinitely. Okay, and Granny Prepper left a super lovable message. If you live in El Cajon on Pepper Drive on the third Tuesday, there's a food bank. You get there at 8, but it opens at 9:30, and they have meat there. And so all you would do is a Google search food pantries, banks, El Cajon, and you should be able to locate it. So I will. Someone said, "Are you going to show us the stuff?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm going to show you exactly what I get." So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. and God bless you all.